Stock up, stock down, dude. You nailed it. You
Woo,
nailed it.
woo,
You
woo.
nailed it, Frog Boy.
All right.
According to Chris Perkins.
Mm-hmm.
Stock up. The pass defense. A group effort of stock going up today.
Ooh, better than the stock market. I've heard bad things.
Well, I don't know what to tell you. But this is football stock. Different.
Yeah. Pretty good. Does
Chris
that include
Perkins.
Cam Smith, or he's not back yet?
It does not look like he is in the description here. He did return to practice, I believe, today. I don't know if he did team drills or just individual stuff, Marcos, but he was back out doing football things.
All right.
Perk writes, the pass rush and secondary did good things on a day which the Dolphins seem to emphasize deep throws. Cater Kohu.
Oh,
Jason Maitre. I don't know who he is. And Ethan Bonner.
yeah.
Intangibles. Made notable plays. Edge rusher Mohamed Kamara led an aggressive pass rush. The young rookie Leroy making a mark. But perhaps more notable, as Marco says, it is a bad stock market day. We must go to stock down.
It's rough. It's rough.
And according to Perk, Mike White, quarterback.
Oh,
Stock down, dude.
yikes. Yikes.
Perk right.
I'm sure you're happy about that.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
You wish him no success, so there's that.
I wish him no success, but I don't wish him failure. I just wish him no success. Like,
That's the same thing. It's the same thing.
It's not the same thing, Jiffy.
It's the same
I don't know how many times I got to say this, but it's not that.
Hold on.
The fact that you have to clarify
If
each
you're
and every
rooting for
time.
somebody to fail, how can you then say, but I hope they have success?
No. I wish him no success. I don't wish him to fail, but I wish him no success.
But if you're not having success, you're failing.
Exactly.
I just don't want him out there. Like,
if you're not having success, you're failing. You realize that, right?
You guys don't get it. If Mike White has success, that means Tua is not having success. So I wish him no success. It's more of a regular season take. But I mean, if he's getting chased down like the Netherlands sprinter, Skylar Thompson apparently making a move. This is what Perk writes. Let's not overplay this, but quarterback Skylar Thompson seems to be making a move. He seems to be getting more repetitions and more significant repetitions. In fairness, neither Thompson or White has seemed markedly better than they were last season, but Thompson seems to be faring better.
Can I?
Skylar's the limit.
Hold on. Stop with your nonsense.
Mm.
Would you like me? I'm not talking to Tobin.
Why?
Yes.
J Big,
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll hit.
Marcos, would you like me to explain how this works?
Oh,
Yeah.
please. Yeah, for sure.
One of the reasons why they switch up, who's taking snaps or whatever, is because between the two of them, they're going to play a majority of the preseason. So what they do is they alternate who plays with who during practice, who gets more reps one day and more reps another day, because in the preseason, they're going to be playing a majority of the time. So say if you do this, okay, one game, Mike White will start the first half. Scott will come in the second half.
Right.
The next week, they'll switch. So if you've never worked with those players, they try to get you reps in both situations during the course of the week. So that's why some days one guy's going to get most of the reps with certain groups, and the other days the other guy will, because during the preseason you're going to be interchanging those two, and they're going to get to play with different groupings each preseason game.
If I may interject some football points, it sounds like, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but it sounds like business just picked up for Friday.
Ooh, is that what you're saying, Leroy?
That's what I
do you
feel like I
mean?
heard.
Oh,
It's a normal camp thing.
Nah, preseason game
It's
numero uno.
Yes, no, it's a no. And wait, and when they decide who's gonna play first and who's gonna play second, right? Don't come in here on Monday with the nonsense.
What do you mean?
Because they'll
You
switch.
already know they're coming.
They're gonna
in here
switch.
with the
They're gonna switch
nonsense,
the following
Leroy.
week.
I'm not. Well, maybe. Hashtag maybe.
Who's older? Mike White, right?
Yeah, Mike White.
Mike White will start the game.
Okay.
And then
Right.
next week, Skylar will start the game.
Unless Mike White lights it up.
No, it has nothing to do with that. That's what I'm trying. Oh,
Seems like you're getting a little premature, Leroy. Jumping the gun.
I'm telling you how it works.
You need to grow up.
Right.
I'm telling you how it works with the backup quarterbacks.
And if you're jumping the gun and premature, BlueChew.com.
Oh, hey, hold on.
Use the checkout code
Bro,
SHOWPONY.
no, Blue,
That's what you're doing right now.
Blue Chew,
Okay.
you can't. Blue Chew, you can't lock and load.
Speaking of lock and load,
Please stop this nonsense.
Wait, no,
Let's hear-
but wait, no. I explained to you perfectly how camp works.
yeah,
Right? And in fact, Mike McDaniel might actually say something along these lines, or the quarterback coach or somebody, right?
I don't
They'll
believe
say, don't read into too much. We want both guys playing with both sets of both groupings.
you want to know who
Right?
said
But wait. I'm telling you this now because you know how Jackass is going to come in on Monday. He coming in hot.
Okay.
You know he is.
But a counterpoint,
No.
whenever a
no,
coach tells me not to read into something is exactly what I'm
that
gonna
wasn't
read
a
into.
coach.
Yeah,
That was
always
a writer.
Yeah, but
Oh my goodness.
it seems
He
like the
goes
groundswell
blurring
is
the
going.
lines
There we
again.
go again.
Yeah.
Blurring the lines.
So I'm telling you how it works. I'm telling you, I'm informing everybody how the playing situation works in the preseason. I'm telling you. So you know before Jackass comes in on Monday
I don't like that. Stop
with his
calling
hot
me.
takes.
I don't have hot takes. I just find it interesting. Could have a new hierarchy in the old QB room.
Won't be determined after. Listen, they might do it the third week,
Mm-hmm.
right? But they're not doing it week 1 or 2.
Hmm.
Because they're going to both get to play with the different groupings for a substantial amount of time so that you get an idea. Because guess what? If you're the only quarterback that plays with the third group and the third group sucks, how are we going to get a good assessment of how you are as a quarterback?
Here's what I would say though.
I'm just telling you.
sometimes you got to make
No,
chicken salad out of chicken bleep.
I'm telling you.
Wait, what?
I'm telling
Say that
you-
one more time.
I'm
please.
telling you how it is.
I've heard that
This
before.
is the way it works. You can put whatever twist you want on it. I'm
Mm.
telling you exactly how it works. They won't even make the decision until both guys
Hmm?
have played under the same circumstances.
Counterpoint.
Mm.
Skylar Thompson walked into the league and lit it up with Eazy-E, Eric Ezukama. Didn't
Ooh.
matter. They just went out there. They made big plays happen. They made football happen.
That's right.
And he was so impressive that a man who was picked one pick before Brock Purdy, that all of a sudden you're like, I got to keep him. Got to keep him. But that darling story only lasts for so long. So he needs to go out there and still show the coaches something, as does Mike White. You can only go with the hometown story for so long, Leroy. And, this is the true battle. It starts Friday.
Wow.
So what were you saying about chicken salad or what's
Well,
that?
you're not going to be playing with the best ingredients on a preseason game, especially in the second half. So if you're able to make chicken salad out of chicken bleep, that shows you to be a true chef.
Wow.
Okay.
That is quite the turnaround.
So
Words.
It all starts
Means
Friday. It all starts Friday.
Words.
this is how you determine who's the better quarterback.
Mhm.
You play them both under the same conditions.
Right.
Ooh.
You can't do that in the first week because one guy's going to start, one guy's going to play the second half. The next week you flip it. Then you can make a better assessment of how they're both playing. That's why I said you probably won't hear anything about being backup or whatever till the third week. Then you can have a better assessment based on each guy playing under the same condition.
Agreed, but
Did I not just say all the
Agreed,
things
but
you're saying,
here's
but
the thing.
without
Oh.
the jackass part?
let's just say Mike White goes and has a great
You
performance.
call him Mac White?
Yeah.
No, Mike White.
You
If
said
I did call him Mac
Mac.
White, I apologize because I would never put him along with that bum Mac Jones. But if Mike White goes out there and he balls out,
It's Mac Jones.
and Skylar Thompson goes out there and poops in his helmet, there's no need to flip him.
No, that's not true.
There's no
Not
need to flip
until week 3. Oh my god.
McCorkle plays for the Jags. That's so horrible. Yeah.
Oh man, take a break. Speaking of quarterbacks, Tua.
Yeah.
Got some thoughts. Tua Tagovailoa. He was speaking to the media this past weekend, and he says Leroy about the locker room and Mike McDaniel. He goes, "Love Mike McDaniel. This is not his team. This is the players' team. Here's Tua."
This isn't Mike's team. This is our team. Like, at the end of the day, that's what it is. Our coaches, they're out there to give us the tools that we need to help us go out there and be successful. And sort of our mantra of how we go out there and do things is, if I go out there and I throw a pick, it's not Darrell Bevel that threw the pick. It's not Mike McDaniel's play call that threw the pick. That's my name on that. That's our offense's name on that. And so that's sort of how our outlook is on how we go out there, our style of play, our mentality, our mindset as we go out there. And like I said, we're trying to make it as hard as possible for each other to go out there, and we're honing in on the little details to be able to go out and compete against each other and try to. I mean, we're trying to beat them. We're trying to whoop their butt.
He was going to say something else.
Tua had to hold himself back.
Here,
Scared me a little bit.
I would say
Daddy loves you guys.
I learned that from, believe it or not, Bill Belichick. Bill and Denny Green. You know, Denny Green never, like, if something was going wrong in practice, he only stopped and yelled one time in all the years I was in Minnesota. It was really bad and everybody got shocked. But for the most part, he would go to Chris Carter. He would go to your position coach, and he wanted to empower everybody else to do their job.
You want to know how interesting it is that you say that about Denny Green? I know you've said this many times, but it is hilarious that is your version of him, and the most famous version of him is
Right. It is. Like, but I only saw that, put it this way, we only saw that Denny Green once in practice. Now he was, but here's the other thing. First day of camp, he said this every year. Young players, new guys to the team. I don't find players. I cut them. You won't get fined here. You just won't get a check. So think about that, you know? But Bill Belichick was the same way. Like, he wanted to empower the players because you're going to have more of an impact of what happens on this team than the coaches. Because you can make a bad play look good.
And I think that's probably part of the reason why, and one of the bigger reasons why the Fangio thing didn't work out, because Fangio was a coach empowering guy, too old school. And I think that he wanted to have that ability to treat the defensive players like he treats the offensive players. So you bring in a guy who takes the input more. Jalen Ramsey can, get moved around more like he wants to, and feels like they have more ownership and more stake in it than everybody else does.
It's always one of those things where if you have more of a, I won't say so, right? And let's not forget the chain of command. This is not in any way Tua trying to say that, he runs the team or we run the asylum. That's not what that is. But what it is you put the players in a position where they are going to have the most impact on the success, and they're going to have the most skin in the game. And then they are going to make sure that they're doing the right things because they do have that skin in the game, right? If you just go out and do what the coach tell you to do, and you've heard this before, I'm just doing what they told me to do, right? It doesn't even sound right. It doesn't sound like a team. So one of the reasons why you do that is, sometimes you let people make decisions so that they can understand the consequences of those decisions. In a football team, if you have a guy that says, hey, we should be doing this, and you say, okay, we're going to do it your way, then that player going to make damn sure he don't screw that up.
Yeah, dude.
And that's kind of how you go about that.
It ain't Burger King.
Who said that? Don Staley? Yeah. This ain't Burger King. You don't get it your way. Or who said that? Was that? No.
Sounds right.
I had a guitar teacher that told me that.
Tua says that if they fall short this season any place, you're getting called out in that locker room. Here's some more of Tua.
I would like to say for sure, like we love to have fun. Who doesn't like to have fun? But we like to have fun doing it the way that, you know, on sort of like on our terms of like how we want to do that. Like we want to be able to make sure that if we're having fun, we're doing all the things necessary to make sure we're going to win this game, to make sure that I know what I'm doing, that this guy next to me knows what he's doing, and, you know, all around. Like, we better make sure we all know what we're doing, because if somebody slips up, like, you best know on this team this year, like, you're getting called out. You're getting called out.
Oh.
Tua's different.
He is different.
I'm telling you, I think it's
That is so spicy.
Well, and here, let's not do this. Let's not make it sound like, oh, he got this way when he got the money.
Oh, look, when he got that money.
No.
Hey,
because let me explain something to you.
That money.
All those players around that building been supporting this guy long before he got his money.
That's true. But
to say that. Now, here's what Tua thinks. And I can understand this. He can't be out there talking like that if the organization don't have faith in what he's doing. They haven't made a commitment to me. I can't be out here talking like this. These players ain't gonna take me serious.
Can't have Funyon if you don't have that Munyon.
Wow. Who was that?
And we're back.
Why? That was Gandhi. I think I've heard that before. If I'm not mistaken.
Why, dude?
Don't
Sure,
insult
it wasn't
Gumby.
Gumby.
I think in this
That's a
case,
point.
I would be Pokey the Pony.
For
Why? Can I ask you a question?
What?
Why do you play defense against my?
I thought it was.
No.
I thought it was
always
setting a screen. I thought it was.
You play all pro level defense.
Did I?
Anytime I get too serious about football.
No, I feel like I was out in space.
Yes,
I was
you do.
blocking.
Yes, you do. No, yes, you do.
Why?
Why? Every time.
I was in the trenches for
Every time. I don't understand it. You don't think these people want to know like the reality of what's going on instead of your?
I want to know. I love talking football.
You don't want to know.
I do want to know. That's not fair. I do. Love talking football.
Can't have Funyun without that Munyon. Oh yeah, we're having a hell of a conversation. You're like, what?
You would agree, though. I mean, you can't have Funyun without that Munyon.
Can you please clip all of those?
Bobby, do you not like me?
I love you, man.
I want you to say that during an interview that's coming up soon.
Just any interview you
no.
just want
With,
to.
it has to be like with
Let me tell
someone
you
from
something.
obviously in the NFL.
This Tobin, right? I tell him all the time, I can't wait till we get to a boxing interview. I'm gonna act a damn fool. Just like you just been ruining my life every day. I'm gonna wait till you get in your element and I'm gonna act a fool. Then I like the guy. We start dapping each other up and it like, no, right?
Miami Heat media dare, maybe.
Well, no, because the whole thing gonna be me and Bam.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
He can still use it.
Well, like.
Another guy with a lot of Munyon.
Well, guess what?
Or if we get Jimmy.
All that money ain't gonna help them push-ups, baby. Ooh, I can't wait. Can't wait.
Oh, exciting. Exciting.
But can you just listen?
I think we're on the same football page, dude.
No, we're not on the same football page. We're never on the same. We're not even the same book. We're not in the same library. Right? We're not. You're nowhere near my.
There's nothing I disagree with you.
You're nowhere near my football book.
I mean, I will never have your knowledge. I mean, you're a scholar.
But I'm not trying. I'm just trying to tell you how things go.
Yeah.
And you purposely play defense against it. I'm like, no, that's the reality of it. What about the quarterback situation? I tried to explain to you how it goes. Right?
Yeah.
No, that's not it.
Well, no, I didn't say that. I didn't say that. What I said was it all comes down to Friday, though. It starts there.
Again, no decisions will be made until they both have played both time frames during the game. Then you can get a better assessment. The whole point of preseason is to be able to assess the players on your team, right? So how can you give a good assessment if that unit that's playing with, say, if Mike White starts, right? They balling out, and then you bring in the young guys and the end of the line, the 80 to 90 guys on your roster, and they stink it up. You gonna say, oh, Skylar's not as good as No, you can't tell.
No, but I think that a counterpoint to that would be if he is able to craft more than Mike
Even
White
if
is
he's
able
able
to.
to craft more, I'm not saying that third unit or those guys coming in the second half are going to suck. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is, in order to get a fair assessment of what each quarterback is doing, you have to play them under the same conditions. Simple as that. Like, guess what? We all figure with a quarterback that can run, right? That or a quarterback who's mobile or a quarterback that runs around. Say we take Josh Allen. We're all assuming his offensive line is good because they blocking for him. Okay, if you put somebody else there that sits in the pocket and he give up 5 sacks, what are you going to say then? Man, that offensive line is terrible.
True.
That's kind of how this situation works, right? You try to get all the parties that are playing that you really want to know what they're made of. You try to get them in the same conditions as everybody else at the same position so you can evaluate. You can't evaluate a wide receiver if the quarterback gets sacked 5 times in that third or fourth unit.